How many of you guys have seen The Matrix? The movie The Matrix, you know, that little series they had, Keanu Reeves. It's been, I don't know, 10 years ago now. But The Matrix was all about, you know, seeing a real dimension, or really, let's just say this, seeing reality for what it really is. And in the movie, Keanu Reeves is given a choice if he wants to continue to live life as simply as he knows it and take the blue pill, or take the red pill and let his eyes be opened to all the reality that there really is. But the caution is once you see that reality, it's a whole new paradigm. I mean, it's a whole new reality, okay? And you know, this last couple weeks, I've had my family watch a couple different videos I've had over the years of, for lack of words, a lot of conspiracy, different takes on things, and how, you know, when you watch a couple different ones, different sources, and they're saying the same thing, you know, it's pretty convincing, if you will. And what all of them have basically done, all these videos and documentaries and everything I've watched throughout the years, and then recently, like I said, last couple weeks, had the family sit down and watch, is all say the same thing, that and we're not going to get into semantics of names. We could say general government, we can say Illuminati, we could say NWO, we go all those routes. It doesn't really matter the name. That's not even the importance. I believe that's all just to lose focus of what the reality is. But whenever there needs to be something, when the powers that be on this world, okay, that's ruled by Satan, when the powers that be that are in control, the principalities and the rulers, when they need to, whenever they're trying to do something, okay, what I'm trying to say is this: anytime that they cause a chaos, they cause an uprising, a social unrest, they cause wars, catastrophic events, all throughout the times, all the way from World War I to World War II, Vietnam, all these. Every time you go back and you look them out, even to the whole weapons of mass destructions with the Bush thing. Listen, this is not Democrat Republican type thing. This is about the reality of this world. We are living in the Babylonian system of this world, and anytime the powers that be needed to enforce something, or trying to rule what their rule domination is, they'll cause a catastrophic event to happen. So 99% of the wars that happen, they're man-made, as far as there's really no reason for them except for they needed to push an agenda or for money and power. So with that being said, the realities that we have, that we even call reality, we don't know how real they really are. Because for a you and I believer in the way, our reality can only be one thing: truth. Truth is reality. Reality is truth. Anything outside that spectrum of truth, even if you see it, even if you hear it and taste it and smell it and you can touch it, does not equate reality and truth. And I've been talking to a couple of Christians this past week, and I was even trying to talk to them about kind of like this, and it just goes over their heads. They don't grasp it. They can't comprehend it. And I said, you know, Yeshua said that he is the way, the truth, and the life. And he's the truth. So even if you take out any, even if you go off of good or bad, or right and wrong, or moral or immoral, if you're not lining that up, and putting that up against Yeshua, you don't even know. We don't know what is right or wrong, or moral or immoral, or bad or good. Because if we're doing it based on a standard or on a precept or on principles that have been laid out by us, by men, then we don't even know if that's reality. So we were talking about different things, the election and what America needs to do, and all these other types of stuff. And, I said, you cannot legislate morality back into a country. You cannot reform truth and holiness. You cannot enforce it. You can't put laws up. Those are all good things, but they're all man-made contraptions of trying to be good in themselves. So what me and you would be considered good, whose definition of good is it? You got what I'm saying? And I'm trying to teach my kids, and I'm trying to refocus of it's not about being good or bad or right or wrong. It's about possessing absolute, undeniable, infallible, inerrant, immutable truth. And the only way, that's not going to come from a textbook, a science book, a math book, a good spiritual book. It's not even going to come from that thing we call the Holy Bible. Now that sounds blasphemous, but wait, listen to what I'm saying. Because we can even take that thing, and if we're looking at it out of the eyes of the flesh, we could even make that out to be our standard of what we think it's saying. So who do we have to go off of to know what reality and truth really is? It is the person, not the story about Yeshua. It is the person of Yeshua. It's not about someone teaching us about Yeshua. It's about us knowing Yeshua, walking with Yeshua, talking with Yeshua, being led by Yeshua, dialoguing with Yeshua. I mean, in the presence of Yeshua. It's really going to come down to this, especially in the deceitful times, that this deception is going to rage. And that Yeshua said about the end times, and he started it off, and he said, just don't be deceived. And the only way you're not going to be deceived is by not knowing about Yeshua, is knowing him, knowing his voice. My sheep hear my voice, and a stranger they will not follow, is what he says. And we've got to know that voice. We've got to be able to hear that voice. In the day and age we're living in, there's voices everywhere. And there's good and there's bad voices. And that's not even going to produce. That can't even be it, because we don't know what good and bad is anymore. No, we never have. I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? In the reality of things. Now you can say Steve's lost it, but you know what? I'm learning out of these last few years is when I was pastoring, I was known as the guy the preacher that he was radical and pretty much dangerous of how extreme I was. And if anything, I've learned that if you lay down just a little bit, if you back up just a little bit, Satan will take that inch, and before you know it, it's a mile, and you've cooled down, and you start to just go, you start to become that frog that's in the pot. And at first the water was just lukewarm, and I was able to chill in it. And then he turns it up little by little, and a frog won't jump out of the pot. You can boil a frog if you turn the heat up little by little by little by little. And listen, we're going to have to get radical, y'all. I'm not talking about going out and, holding a sign that says the end is near and all that jazz. Hey, if Yeshua tells you to do it, grab you a sign. What I am saying is we got to quit playing and become that. I just want to hear your voice, because that's the only thing that's going to sustain me in this end time. Because our realities have been made by man, and a lot of our spirituality has been made by man. So we have to know him if we're going to have truth. And the only thing that's going to sustain us is truth. In Torah it says, I have hidden your word in my heart. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. He says, I've hidden your truths in my heart that I might not sin against you. The only way we know truth is to know him. Shalom.